The case of Amy Fisher and Joey Buttafuoco is a dramatic and unsettling example of how an illicit affair can escalate into violence. Known widely as the Long Island Lolita case, it highlights the destructive power of forbidden relationships and the severe consequences that can follow. This article delves into the details of the case, exploring the backgrounds of the individuals involved, the events leading up to the violence, and the lasting impact of the incident. Background of the key figures. Amy Fisher, born on August 21, 1974, in Long Island, New York, was a high school student when her involvement with Joey Buttafuoco began. Fisher, who was just 17 at the time, came from a troubled background and faced various personal challenges. Her relationship with Buttafuoco, a much older man, began when she was still a minor. Joey Buttafuoco, born on March 11, 1956, was a 35-year-old auto body shop owner. He was married to Mary Jo Buttafuoco, with whom he had 2 children. Buttafuoco's extramarital affair with Fisher was a central factor in the ensuing drama. His involvement with a minor and the nature of his relationship with Fisher would later become critical elements of the case. Mary Jo Buttafuoco, born on May 15, 1955, was Joey Buttafuoco's wife. Mary Jo was a dedicated wife and mother who became the unintended victim of the violent outburst triggered by her husband's affair. Her life was forever changed by the actions of Amy Fisher, who targeted her in a bid to resolve the issues caused by the affair. The affair and its escalation. The affair between Amy Fisher and Joey Buttafuoco began in the early 1990s. Fisher, a young and impressionable teenager, was infatuated with the older, married Buttafuoco. The relationship, which started as an illicit affair, soon became public knowledge, causing significant turmoil for the Buttafuoco family. Fisher's infatuation with Buttafuoco and her desire to be with him led her to take drastic actions when the affair did not go as planned. Fisher's jealousy and anger towards Buttafuoco's wife, Mary Jo, reached a boiling point. She believed that eliminating Mary Jo was the only way to secure her place with Buttafuoco and to remove the obstacle standing in their way. The attack. On May 19, 1992, Fisher took the violent step of attempting to eliminate Mary Jo Buttafuoco. Armed with a .25 caliber handgun, she went to the Buttafuoco family's home in Long Island, New York. Under the pretense of seeking car repairs, Fisher confronted Mary Jo and shot her in the face. The attack was brutal and premeditated, intended to incapacitate Mary Jo and remove her from the equation. Mary Jo Buttafuoco survived the attack, though she was severely injured. The shooting left her with significant facial injuries and ongoing physical and emotional trauma. Her survival, despite the severe nature of the attack, added a layer of complexity to the case, as the severity of the injury and the intent behind the attack became key factors in the legal proceedings. Legal proceedings and sentencing. Following the shooting, Amy Fisher was arrested and charged with attempted murder. The case quickly attracted widespread media attention due to its sensational nature. Fisher, dubbed the Long Island Lolita by the media, was portrayed as a jilted lover driven to violence by her failed affair with an older married man. Fisher's trial focused on the severity of the attack and her motives. Her defense argued that she was driven by emotional distress and a misguided sense of betrayal. However, the prosecution highlighted the premeditated nature of the attack and Fisher's intent to kill Mary Jo Buttafuoco. In 1993, Fisher was convicted of attempted murder and sentenced to 25 years in prison. She ultimately served 7 years before being released on parole. The trial was a high-profile affair, with the media extensively covering the details of Fisher's background, the nature of the attack, and the impact on the Buttafuoco family. Joey Buttafuoco's conviction. Joey Buttafuoco faced legal consequences for his involvement with Amy Fisher as well. In addition to the turmoil caused by the affair, Buttafuoco was charged with statutory rape due to his relationship with Fisher, who was a minor at the time. In 1995, he was convicted of statutory rape and served time in prison. Buttafuoco's conviction highlighted the legal and moral issues surrounding his relationship with Fisher. His involvement with a minor and the subsequent events underscored the complex interplay of personal misconduct and legal accountability. The aftermath and impact. The aftermath of the Amy Fisher and Joey Buttafuoco case was marked by significant media coverage and public fascination. The case became a tabloid sensation with Fisher's story of a tumultuous affair and a violent attack capturing widespread attention. The media's portrayal of Fisher and Buttafuoco further fueled public interest and debate. Mary Jo Buttafuoco's life was irrevocably altered by the shooting. She endured significant physical injuries and long-term emotional trauma as a result of the attack. Her resilience in the face of adversity became a focal point in discussions about the impact of domestic and personal violence. The case also had broader implications for understanding the dynamics of illicit relationships and their potential for violence. It highlighted how intense emotions and personal grievances can escalate into tragic outcomes, especially when combined with factors such as jealousy, infidelity, and personal instability. Lessons and reflections. The Amy Fisher and Joey Buttafuoco case offers several important lessons and reflections. Impact of infidelity. The case illustrates how infidelity and forbidden relationships can lead to extreme and violent actions. The emotional turmoil and sense of betrayal experienced by those involved can have dire consequences. Media sensation. The media's role in sensationalizing the case demonstrates how public interest can shape perceptions and outcomes. The extensive coverage of the case influenced public opinion and contributed to the notoriety of the individuals involved. Legal accountability. The legal proceedings in the case underscore the importance of addressing criminal behavior, regardless of personal circumstances. Both Fisher and Buttafuoco faced legal consequences for their actions, reflecting the need for accountability in cases of violence and misconduct. Personal and social impact. The case serves as a reminder of the personal and social impact of violence. The effects on the victims, their families, and the broader community highlight the need for support systems and interventions to address underlying issues and prevent violence. In summary, the Amy Fisher and Joey Buttafuoco case is a tragic example of how an illicit relationship can spiral into violence. The dramatic events and legal proceedings surrounding the case have left a lasting legacy, offering insights into the destructive power of infidelity and the complex nature of personal and legal accountability. Thanks for watching.